Even the best operators have weaknesses. So as a director of membership, when I receive an application, there are 4 challenges on those applications that I see. Number 1, usually, almost always, the word scaling is on that application. They want to grow their business in their current market and maybe into new markets. Number 2, when you scale, you need to hire. This is not just a real estate investor problem. This is an entrepreneurial problem. This is corporate America problem. Hiring is tough. It's not a perfect science. Third is marketing, more deals, more leads, and I need to know how to find those deals. And then last but not least, if you're hiring and you're scaling and you're finding all the deals, you're gonna need more capital. You're gonna need more capital to take down those deals.
A lot of us in here just grow to grow to grow. We take all the profitability to push, to scale, and at the end of the day, you may be getting better, but do you have any retained earnings? Is your family safe? Is your is your house built on a solid foundation?
Usually when someone comes in as a new invitee, as a special guest to the Collective Genius, they think they want to scale. But the reality is they may not need to scale outside of their current market. Some think that they need to go wider instead of deeper. So first and foremost, what we try to do is get the true definition of what they're wanting to accomplish when they say scaling. And that's quickly one of the first things that we address on their consultation call. As a director of membership, I take that call. And then when they come and check us out as a special guest, we also go through that challenge with them at that given time. We would make sure that they get proper connections with others that are currently doing it successful. And there are a lot of investors within the Collective Genius that are doing 1, 2, 3, up to 8 to 10 markets beyond their primary market, and doing it remotely and doing it well. They've scaled not only their systems, their processes, but their teams. Let's face it, hiring is not easy. Therefore, I see it as a director of membership on almost every application. We all know when you don't have the right butt in the right seat, it can be an issue. And it can affect your business on so many different levels. It can set you back 6 months, it can set you back 12 months. And I've seen some businesses that have hired the wrong people and have gone under. It's that important to your business. So how do we help you with that at the Collective Genius? We introduce you first and foremost to a lot of people that have made hiring mistakes and are willing to share that with you. Marketing is a very broad term, but really it's, I need more leads. I need help. I need more leads. It's more competitive. There's more competitors in the marketplace. So we all know what happens if you don't address that. You don't have a business, right? We all survive in this industry with leads. There are a lot of people that apply to the Collective Genius and that have crushed it for many years with auctions, and still a lot that are. Or they crushed it on the MLS. They figured out a way to not deal direct to seller. And on the opposite side, we have a lot of people that have crushed it for many years on the seller side and now have to figure out the MLS or courthouse steps or auction.com, you name it. And so we work with both. Our job is to help you with that, connect you with those that have gone through that same pain in the past. At the end of the day, you don't have leads, you don't have a business. The 4th biggest challenge that I see on applications that come through as director of membership is access to capital. One way that we help you with that here at the Collective Genius is we have a number of different institutional lenders and a number of different people within the Collective Genius that do joint ventures, that have access to capital, and when they do come in, that's usually, if you can find a deal, you can find the capital side of it. But from a personal side, obviously, if you do not find that capital, it's going to be very hard for you to scale your business to get to a point where you have more personal time to work on the business instead of on a daily basis working in that business. When you come into the Collective Genius, our goal is to help you with all of those. Because at the end of the day, you're applying to the Collective Genius because you want a peer group that has dealt with the same type of challenges that you deal with on a daily basis. And those are the four that we see the most. If you take care of those from a professional standpoint, with a peer group that has done that and been through that, have bigger businesses, that have the same mindset and the same goals as you, as you do that professionally, your job, you find yourself working a lot less hours and focusing on the next thing for your business versus being stressed out, working 60 hours a week, doing your own acquisitions, trying to manage your own leads. This is that opportunity. You overcome those 4 challenges, and we're here to help you with that.
This cat, don't you do it. Don't you do it. This cat is elevated into being a facilitator, a leader in this organization. Round of applause, please.
I'm qualified to help with these challenges because I understand how to grow a business and, more importantly, grow a great team with great culture. I spent 15 years, over 15 years as an executive in corporate America, as well as a COO for a real estate investment company that flipped over 300 properties and managed over 150 doors. After 15 years of growing and leading teams, there's a lot of trial and error that I've learned over that time frame. The biggest part of what I've learned is hiring is not a perfect science. I've hired thousands of people, and unfortunately had to learn how to fire a lot of those people, but at the same time invest in people and invest in the proper culture. In addition to my experience as an executive, I have the privilege of talking to high caliber investors on a daily basis. When you're talking to high caliber investors every single day, you find out quickly what's working across the United States. You have a pulse of what's going on in the industry, what's working, and more importantly, what's not. From an advertising standpoint, my background as an executive was 11 years as the regional sales manager of an advertising company, both digital and print. So I have an extensive background on that side. 5 years as a COO of a real estate investment company that did 300 flips in 5 years. I oversaw all of the marketing. And so I specifically understand what it takes to make the phone ring and get deals for real estate investors. I'm always keeping the pulse of what's going on from an advertising standpoint in the real estate investment space. And I have personal experience of raising millions of dollars for deals, multiple investors, private investors, and more importantly, as the director of membership, I know the roster really well and can make sure that whatever the need is for the capital, I can put you in connection with the right people to make sure that you get the capital that you need. So on a daily basis, I receive anywhere between 3 and 5 texts a day. And again, this makes me smile because my passion really is helping others and connecting others with those that can help them. If I can't help a member, then the next thing that I'm doing is connecting them with someone that can. Joel Jansen, a member from Reno, Nevada, was looking to hire a VA. Never hired a VA before. The greatest thing about CG is that we have service providers in addition to our members that are real estate investors. They offer a service that helps our members continue to grow and scale their business to a level where they can be working on their business instead of in it. Mr. Robert Nickel runs a very successful virtual assistant company that I immediately thought of him, connected Joel with Robert, and within that week he had hired his first VA that is going to help him continue to grow his business. And they connected, and that will make a huge difference for Joel's business. Another recent connection that I made, Jason Rios out of Las Vegas, Nevada. Great market. A lot of people come into that market, obviously, as tourists. They do not have Airbnb as a part of their business. They're mostly wholesalers in Las Vegas. Reached out to me via text and said, who in the group currently has Airbnbs or knows Airbnbs well? And immediately I thought of Wendy Sweet in North Carolina. She has several Airbnbs, and Corey and Carrie Raymint from Green Bay, Wisconsin. Quickly made those connections. In that week, they had already connected. And a lot of our members, it's a simple phone call. Some jump on Zoom calls. Some also do office visits if needed. In this particular case, they jumped on a phone call, worked it out, and Jason is well on his way to making his first property an Airbnb. Until someone ran the 4-minute mile, no one thought it was possible. If you're doing 60 deals, rehab deals in your marketplace, and you come into the Collective Genius, you now realize that 200 or 300 flips a year is possible. Recently, Mark Lane from Des Moines, Iowa, reached out to me via text message and said, who in our group has scaled rehabs? at a high level. Anyone over 100 to 200. This is a huge difference maker for someone that's doing 50 to 80 flips a year. To take their business, their goal is now from doing 50 to 80, I want to do 100 or 150. Please put me in touch with the person that is doing that or persons that are doing that at a high level. I want to model what they're doing. So I connected him that day with Mike Osborne from Northern California, doing 250 rehabs a year. 250 rehabs consistently for a long time. I also connected him with Missy McCall, who does 200 plus deals a year, rehabs, and does ultimately turnkeys those properties. Within seconds, both of them had responded and connected with Mark. That's a huge game changer for Mark and his business. And again, connecting people that have challenges, especially when they're aspiring to do more, just puts a smile on my face. It makes me very happy. Valuable lessons are called valuable for a reason. When you invest in the collective genius, you invest in yourself. The collective lessons that you learn within the collective genius will save you thousands upon thousands of dollars. There are a lot of high-level investors in the collective genius that have made a lot of expensive mistakes that they can share with you before you make them. There's a lot of value in that, in just that alone. Not to mention all the service providers within the group that save our members their annual membership, typically in 1, 2, or 3 transactions, whether that's direct mail or insurance or any of the other service providers, cost segregation or EOS implementation that we have. You put all of those together and the value of CG is priceless. But most people that join realize the investment in CG is bigger than just the monetary. Most realize that they only need to do one additional deal a year to pay for their annual membership. But the lifelong friends that you make, the experiences that you have with that network of investor and high caliber people. As entrepreneurs, you don't have a group that you can talk to, a peer group that you can go talk to usually on a daily basis. You have that opportunity within the collective genius. Valuable lessons are learned within the collective genius, and it's just that. We want you to be the best that you can be, personally and professionally. It's as simple as that. It's genuine, and we will do everything in our power to make sure that we not only help you from our experiences, but in addition to that, to connect you with the people that are doing what you want to do. And there are a lot of them in this group. Our job is to make sure that we help you with our experiences and connect you with the right people. And that is our promise to you. If you're struggling with scaling your business, hiring the right people, bringing in more leads, and raising more capital, or frankly, you just want to be around like-minded real estate investors, reach out to us. We'll invite you out to our next mastermind, risk-free. If we're the right fit, great. If not, that's okay, no sweat. We're only looking for relationships that are a win-win for both sides.